to talk a little bit about the playoff picture. So right now, who are some teams that – so right now, like if in the AFC, you got Kansas City #1, you got New England, Houston, Pittsburgh. Then like the wild card, you got Chargers, Baltimore, and then you got Miami, Indy, Denver. Do you think Denver really could sneak into the playoff mix, or you think it's just exciting because they have a good run game and a young defense?
No, I think they can definitely sneak into the playoffs. They knocked off the Chargers, which, a lot of us didn't think was going to happen.
I think they beat the Steelers, too.
They beat the Steelers. I was going to get to that. They knocked off the Steelers, too. And they're playing really good football at this point in time right now. And they're winning games that people didn't think they could win. And Case Keenum has been really good for them. Like, getting Case Keenum over there has been great for them because he's given them a solid foundation at the position that they were really struggling, right? Like, for the last couple of years, when Peyton left, it's just like the struggles, were really
real.
bad. The struggle was real for them at the quarterback position. So Case Keenum really gave them a solid foundation. I think they can sneak into the playoffs. And, listen, Baltimore can get into the playoffs for sure because they're only one game behind the Steelers. Baltimore could actually end up winning this division, which kind of sounds crazy.
I agree.
So, if what?
Do you think if they stick with Lamar? Okay, what do you think? Do you think they stick with Lamar, or do they go back to Joe Flacco?
I think they stick with Lamar Jackson right now. He's kind of re-energized his team. He is, the team is behind him right now. They just seem like they have this newfound level of confidence in that they're playing with. And a lot of it has to do with Lamar Jackson. Like, he's bringing excitement to this team. He's like the new, he still has the new car smell on him, right? Like, he still is learning. And so we talked about this yesterday as well on Total Access because I love what I'm seeing from him. And I love the fact that the team's riding behind him and really just supporting him because that will elevate his confidence, right? That will elevate his play. And they're winning football games at the same time. And so since Lamar Jackson has taken over, in this 3-game win streak, the Baltimore Ravens, I believe, are #1 in rushing in those 3 weeks. And so what that does is, one, it allows you to chew up time of possession, and it keeps the other offense off the field. And so when they played the Atlanta Falcons, right, Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, Tevin Coleman at running back, Mohamed Sanu, Austin Hooper. They got all these great players, right?
Mm-hmm.
The ultimate equalizer is the run game. And so when you run the football as well as they do and well as they did, you keep the other offense off the field. So Baltimore had the ball for 40 minutes and Atlanta had the ball for 20 minutes. It's very tough to win football games like that when the other team is running the football, keeping you off the field, because it puts pressure on the offense to go out there and have to be perfect. And so, that's what they did to them. They completely neutralized the Atlanta Falcons. On top of that, Atlanta's defense has been really bad. But they just completely neutralized this offense and this team. And so they have a good recipe right now. But in order for them to be successful in the playoffs, Lamar Jackson has to improve as a pocket passer because right now in their 3 games, he has 1 touchdown and 3 interceptions. And so the reason why that is significant is because when you are not a quick score offense, like the Baltimore Ravens are right now, they're not a quick score offense, right? Like, because Lamar Jackson hasn't shown that he can throw the football down the field repeatedly and strike fear in the secondary. And so at some point in time, a defense is going to put enough guys in that box to stop the run. Mm-hmm. And we'll probably see that this week. And so he's going to have to mature as a pocket passer to make defenses at least respect coverage, at least respect his arm and respect the receivers. Because right now they're just a run the football team and they're good at it, but in the postseason, you need more than that. You need to be able to throw the football down the field.
I totally agree. And I think, I like Lamar because he just has such a ceiling to me, and I see so much potential.
So much potential.
And that's exciting to me. And I think too, when you watch these games, you know, no offense to Flack, and I actually think Flack was playing good football before he got hurt, probably because he had a little fire under him. Like, you know, you got the guy on the sideline, but I think this team, just the defense, the swag, the energy, like you said, everything is just clicking right now. You got to keep going with that.
They're playing complementary football, and it's working for them, right? And if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. You know what I mean? Like, listen, Joe, they brought him in there to replace Joe. Everybody knew that, right? And so everybody knew this is Joe's last year as a Baltimore Raven. Like, we all knew that once they drafted Lamar Jackson, they drafted his successor, right? And so you're right, though. The ceiling is high for Lamar Jackson right now because he's so raw in talent and athleticism that if he can mature as a pocket passer, he is the ultimate weapon, right? Like, you can't. If he can mature as a pocket passer on top of his athleticism with running the football, the read options, you factor all that in there and he can mature. Let's say he can get to, like, you know, I don't want to say Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, or Drew Brees, because those are obviously the top of the line. But, man, if he can, you know, kind of emulate Russell Wilson a little bit, what he is doing, oh, my God, forget about it. And then the one thing that I want to see Lamar do more of is get down, because right now he's taking too many hits, and those hits at some point in time will start to hurt more, and they're going to start to result in injuries. And so he's got to find ways to get down, mature as a pocket passer, and he'll be the ultimate weapon. I promise you. He'll be one of the best to ever do it if he can do that.
I agree. And I think too, it's good that, like, he has guys, like, I know he's spent some time with Michael Vick, and he's had guys that have played the position that can tell him, like, you have it, and this is how you have longevity with this. That's really going to help him.
You're going to have longevity by living in that pocket. Taking off and running, you open yourself up for injury. But, you know, Russell Wilson has done a great job at that, man. He gets down. Like, he don't take hits.
Russell's the best slider in the league. Like, like, he needs to just do, like, a whole camp, like, teach people how to do the slide.